Hello, I'm Tony Yotes, and we are the developers of Battle Gem Ponies.
Do we introduce ourselves?
Sure.
I'm Confident Cow.
I'm Sayaru.
And we are going to explain everything we've done for the past 2 months because we haven't uploaded one of these devlogs in a while. They're usually in written form, but we're going for these more video styles going forward. It'll be fun.
What are we going to talk
Let's just jump right into the state of the game. So, the combat demo is now working after tons and tons of effort on your part in particular.
That's a trigger for me. What am I supposed to say to this? The battle was done, and when we got it out, we had a lot of bugs that we quickly tried to address and get more updates out within the first week. And then we moved our focus to the overworld, but leading up to the Kickstarter, we're going to have another update for the battle.
To get rid of all those nasty bugs that keep popping up.
To get rid of more of the major bugs that have been pointed out by the community.
Confident Cow actually helped edit that video. He did the whole dang thing, basically.
Yeah, I edited the video for the Battle Gem demo tour. I believe it is what it's called. Currently, we're working on the Kickstarter video, so hopefully by the time this is out, very soon afterwards, you'll see the Kickstarter video, if it's not already out at the time.
Oh no, these are unshakable deadlines. Kickstarter wants their video reviewed and a week ahead of time, and it better be uploaded August 3rd or we die. A horrible, like flaming death, I think. Well, you know what? How was figuring out Davinci Resolve?
Oh yeah, Davinci Resolve is an interesting program for me because I've been using Adobe Premiere, but I switched over to this free program since I no longer have the license for Premiere. But it's a really good program. I definitely recommend it if you want something free. Lots of professional features and tools, which didn't take too long for me to learn after already having experience with Premiere. A lot of the things are there that you need to be there, just look it in different spots. But I think it's an awesome program.
It sure beats like Windows Movie Maker, which is like my go-to for everything up until this point. We're stepping up in life over here.
Yeah.
You know, the overworld demo has been coming along piece by piece at a much faster rate than like combat did. That was like a whole year of development in the shadows you guys didn't know about. But now, like with the overworld stuff, like we're 1 month into it, and like we're already like catching up to all these things that took me so long to do when I was working on this alone. But then Sai over here,
Me.
he just swooped in and saved the day.
Yeah, Overworld has been quite the fun adventure. It's not as complicated as a entire battle system, but it has its own little hurdles to get over. The major thing I would think is we had to make a whole saving mechanic for how the overworld was going to save the state of the overworld, as well as where your player is going to load into whenever you walk through a door. Like you want to be in that house, you don't want to be at the end credit scene or
infinite dark void behind every doorway.
Yeah,
we could put secrets in there.
Yeah, we probably could. That was one of the main things, and of course going in and out of battle from the overworld. Normally when you load a game, you're at a door or some position that makes sense, but a battle is a little more chaotic because it could be a random position. But those are just the first steps, of many for the overworld.
Important steps. Saving is such a big thing. It's like, oh man, it's a mobile game, right? So you could be sitting on the toilet, your battery dies, and like you just lose all your progress. We have to save as like often as we can.
It'd be unfortunate to lose all your data.
Imagine.
If you forget to charge your phone or something, you sort of leave it on. So we have an autosave feature that will save it every time you enter in a new area. So that's how we're sort of combating these sort of more chaotic shutdowns. Because in a mobile world, your app could even be killed by the operating system just because it feels like killing it and you're not using it.
All those background apps.
Yeah, all the background stuff handling on, like they just operate differently. So we're trying to combat that as much as possible without letting you as the user or gamer lose the progress.
Right, I think at worst, the worst possible thing that could happen to you is maybe you lose one battle, and that's about it. Like, you just have to do one battle over again, but everything else is saved perfectly fine.
Hopefully it's not a boss.
Yeah. A legendary battle. Like, as far as the other bugs go, the list goes on. Like, you were cracking this nut for removing the jitter of this, like the sprites walking in a smooth line, and it's just like, he noticed that the pixels were like slightly off whenever the characters are walking around, and he just like he stared at that for the longest time trying to figure out exactly how it works. I was like, give it up, man, we can fix that in polish. That is just, you're trying to solve the mysteries of Atlantis over here, but he got it done.
Yeah, I have my own little OCD stuff about things that I work on, when I can't just let it down. So I probably spent 2 days just figuring out what the core issue was, and then the third day actually addressing it. For all of you technical people out there, you're familiar with a frame rate where you'll have a game play at 60 frames per second. Well, fun fact, all of your physics that happens in a game does not update at the same rate of that. And when the physics updates get out of sync with the frame rate, you can start to see jitter as a result of a lot of the movement is done in a physics update, such as camera movement or player movement. So when the camera moves on a physics update, but then you render your character on a different frame, there can be lag behind when that character is actually moving. The human eye is able to pick up on those little subtleties, and I hate it. Yeah.
So we dealt with removing the jitter, removing the tile gaps. Like we got rid of the gaps by extending them so that colors blend into each other. You don't see these little white lines when you're running around vertically.
That one bothered me the most, so I'm glad that one was fixed.
And lastly, we have the Npc actions.
I'm sure everyone who has played a game before has realized that an NPC can do a lot. Just in the RPG world of a monster capture game, a lot of times you're gonna talk to an NPC, so you need a dialogue system.
We have like super text mesh for that in Unity. Right?
Yeah.
And then we save all these dialogues in a CSV file. It's like a spreadsheet, basically. Like what every NPC is going to say, their name, whether or not it's a choice box, like a dialogue option thing, branching paths and all that.
But the dialogue also, they lead to different paths. Some go to battles, some give you items, some open up special menus that you can only see. An example is a shop, like where you can buy and sell in-game stuff.
We also have to do it like in spreadsheet form so that we can easily translate it in the future. Like we just plug in different languages into the spreadsheet and then...
Yeah, localization is a big thing, especially since a lot of the people who play our games are from different parts of the world.
Strangely, a lot of them from Russia. Like the previous game I did, just tons of Russian fans on that one. Very interesting comments they leave.
A lot of Russian bronies out there, you know?
But now we're looking towards our Kickstarter video. So our Kickstarter page is nearly complete. The preview is up for anyone to look at and browse. I've been tweaking it all this time just to make it super concise, but also explain everything that's in this game, because there's a lot in this game, and we really want to get across this isn't just like Pokemon with ponies slapped onto it. It's like this passion project with all these little things that spawn from frustrations that I had way back in Gen 5. I'm like, why don't they make a game that does this? And like, we're finally implementing all those things.
And the whole concept re-envisioned from the ground up to help give an experience that people have been wanting.
Giving out rewards people have been wanting. We're gonna have the same shirts that we have on the merch store, but also, if we can get to that stretch goal, we'd really like to have plushies of these ponies in people's hands.
That's what I'm most excited for. I love plushies, so if we can get that stretch goal, freaking, I'm the one like most pushing for it. Like, I really hope we get that.
Yeah,
I think it's a really exciting thing that people like to get their hands on, like physically.
Yeah, it's always nice to. Gamers have a repertoire of figures and plush toys and stuff that they sort of fill their rooms with. So
I would die if I could like see a YouTuber and then see like a Battle Gym pony like toy in the background. That's the complete picture right there.
And it's simple too. It's like a simple thing that everyone wants.
It's just expensive.
Yeah.
You can't just make the one. You have to make,
10,000.
dozens, hundreds, thousands, and like it's expensive.
It's more like the manufacturing cost of each one is so like astronomical. It's like I can see why people charge hundreds of dollars for a single custom-made plush. But having a plush would be useful for stress relief, because this guy over here, he's got to work on a Kickstarter video. And with this deadline looming, Kickstarter wants their things a week in advance for review. So we thought we had like an extra week's worth of time to tweak this stuff, but we really got to crunch. A lot of sleepless nights over here.
Yeah, sleep is nice from all three of us, from video editing to programming, but nothing we can't handle,
Now, as for setbacks, there are still many, many bugs to fix, but we have them all charted out. Soryu over here is a master at tackling these things. I've seen him clear hundreds of bugs in a single day by just sipping down like a whole case worth of Coca-Cola and just getting it done like magic.
Yeah, with enough fuel, I can accomplish anything. Coca-Cola is that fuel. Preferably packs of 36 cans.
And as for next steps, we'll be taking in more feedback for the combat demo. We'll add in any quick patches we can, like the game's coming out on Kickstarter pretty soon. But throughout the Kickstarter campaign, we'll also be tweaking bugs and releasing patches throughout. Hopefully by the end of the Kickstarter campaign, we'll have much cleaner demo out there. with all the bugs listed on the Bugs on Earth forum cleared up. We're also working on our Everfree Northwest booth. It's going to have these 4 demo stations set up. We're going to be giving away merch. Well, not giving away, it's more like selling because we got to recoup the cost of this very expensive convention. But we're excited. We have a booth in the vendor hall that's at this perfect corner where we have 2 tables lined up so we can form a crowd and not congest traffic. It'll be the first convention that Battle Gym Ponies has been at since MagFest, and we're looking forward to seeing this game in real people's hands, like face to face, and seeing like the eyes light up when they meet a pony that they really like, or when something cool happens in battle.
So yeah, for those of you who are going to Everfree Northwest, you can see Sai and Yotes. I won't be there, unfortunately. I have some other things I need to work on, but you get to meet the devs themselves.
You can experience all of our awkwardness in person.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe you'll find us charming.
Or just super awkward,
Probably.
which is fine.
Yeah.
Tweet about it. Remember, at BGP awkward.
Hey, awkward can be charming.
Yeah.
Zoe Chanel made a whole, what's her freaking name?
I saw Twilight.
Some people can make a whole career out of being awkward.
Elon Musk.
Either way, our Kickstarter is coming up August 3rd, and so that's going to overlap nicely with our stay at Everfree. Hopefully we can get some live signups going, and yeah, our entire lives are depending on this, and I'm very nervous, but I'm also excited, and I'm also confident that we'll make our goal, but I'm like, can we make the stretch goals, though?
Yeah, we need that plush.
So, our fate is in your hands, but it's also in our hands. We're grabbing this bull by the horns, and we're riding into the sunset, okay? We're excited, and we want to thank you for following the development of Battle Gym Ponies.
We should all say something different.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Salutations.